definitely a cutter, and definitely 6 from JC.
The DBS Morning News has been brought to you by Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League T20. See cricket played louder at CPL.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to DBS This Morning. It is a pleasure to wake up with you and for you to wake up with us. We have so much information ahead, but let's go to the news desk and get the news of today.
Good morning. Media houses across the region must wake up to the game-changing potential of artificial intelligence, or AI. This was highlighted by speakers at the opening ceremony of the 54th Annual General Assembly of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union, the CBU.
We also want to suggest that media houses begin to prepare not only the businesses, but the rest of the region for the impact of AI on industries, opportunities for upskilling to different areas, and to determine what tasks are best left for AI, such as research in digitized news libraries.
The opening of the event being held in Antigua from August 14th to the 16th under the theme celebrating the contribution of media to Caribbean development was attended by a number of regional media as well as business professionals, including the president of the Caribbean Development Bank, or CDB, Dr. Hyginus Jean Leon, who delivered the keynote address. One Bexar man has been left homeless after fire razed his home on Wednesday morning. The visibly shaken and still confused occupant of the house admits that when he was first alerted, he was convinced that he was the victim of a prank by his neighbors. After all, he says the structure had no electricity or other source of combustion. As it turns out, he will be the victim of a very real fire.
I was there by my cousin. Boom, they called me, my house on fire. You're just joking with me. You know? They made my house on fire. Come back on my house on fire. So I can't say nothing. Trust me, my brother. So I can't say nothing. To be honest, I'm saying, we say we have to be careful of the life we live in certain things, you know.
How many of you are living in this house?
I alone. I have no current. I have no TV. I have nothing special. Just my clothes.
The acting commissioner of police and the executive of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force have expressed their gratitude to the general public for their cooperation and their continued support as the department examines all available options to make improvements to the processing of passports. Those are your top stories. Thanks for watching. Good morning.
Thank you so much to the news desk for these stories and updates. Coming up, we speak to the winner of the recently held Miss District High pageant about her anti-bullying platform. And we also go to one of my favorite healthy breakfast spots. If you don't know it yet, you'll be glad I introduced you to it. So stick with us. I spoke with Elvina Emmanuel. She is the winner of the Miss District High competition, which is an amazing opportunity for young ladies to showcase their talent and what I think is a good step towards the National Carnival Queen pageant. Let's talk to her about her journey to the crown and what she hopes to use her platform for. Hi and welcome back. My name is Candy and I'm here with Elvina Emmanuel, and she is a queen, clearly. She's wearing a crown, and she is the winner of the recently held Miss District High competition. Now, it's not one that too many of us know about. It's gotten some airtime and some airplay, but it's not one that is etched in our minds as a pageant-loving country just yet. So I'm going to let her tell us more about what Miss District High was all about, and then we're going to get into her road to the crown. So what is Miss District High about?
Miss District High is about giving young ladies the opportunity to portray themselves
And what did that entail? How did you get selected to be a contestant? What were the segments? What did you do to win? Tell us about the other
Miss District
ladies.
I was for schools. It was schools based, but they changed it to community based. So we were selected by our schools, and there were 5 segments: swimwear, introduction, evening wear, interview, and talent.
Okay, so pretty much very similar to our National Carnival Queen pageant. So you feel like you're ready for the next level of competition? No? Maybe one
Maybe I
day?
am. Maybe I am.
Okay, now you represented Cicero?
Yes, I did.
You did. Okay, I'm sure you made your community very proud. Tell us about your experience. Was this your first pageant?
Yes, it was my first pageant, and the experience was not easy. We had our ups and downs. We had some fights, but it was lovely.
Fights?
Not physical fights, but you know, they had some drama.
Yeah,
It
where
was
there are
lovely.
human beings, there's always going to be conflict, but it's how you deal with it, right? So how did y'all deal with these moments of conflict?
Well, me personally, I was just moving away from the drama. 'Cause I don't like to be in the sauce. I like to be in the sauce, but not that kind of sauce.
You like to be on the sidelines,
Like you just
watching,
watch.
yeah, but not directly involved. I don't blame you, and that's very honest and realistic. There's a lot of people say I don't like drama, but then they love to see the drama. So that's very honest and realistic. Your platform that you've chosen is one that's very near and dear to my heart because bullying is something that I think we all have experienced directly or indirectly. And with the advent of technology, people have even more ways to bully each other. Why did you choose this particular platform?
Due to personal experience, I chose this platform. But I've seen others get bullied throughout the pageant and even before the pageant, so I chose this because it touched me. It came from me. That's why I chose.
Do you feel
bullying.
comfortable telling us about your experience with bullying and what you did to deal with it or overcome it?
Well, to be quite honest, I was just crying. Hated me, hated myself. I didn't like my size. I hated my height. And to be quite true, I just didn't want to, live while that was going on that period of time.
So you were being bullied because of your size and height? Wow. Can you imagine being bullied for something you have absolutely no control of? Yeah. So what are some of the emotions you felt while that was happening? And for you to go as far as saying you didn't want to live, that's quite serious. So walk us through some of the emotions you felt leading up to you not wanting to live, because I think it's very serious, and I'm grateful and thankful that you're here, but some people don't make it because they go through with those thoughts. They take action on those thoughts before they learn other ways of coping with it. So how did you feel and how did you cope as a result?
I felt like, why me? Why did you all, of all people, why me? I felt angry. I felt severely depressed. Because sometimes you think about it and boom, your mood change. So I felt like I didn't want to stay amongst people. I didn't want to be with people. I just wanted to move on the face of the earth. But going back and realizing it, I feel like that made me who I am today. That made me stronger. That gave me confidence. So I'm not thankful for it. But I'm not saying
you can acknowledge the good that came out of it. Yes. Yeah, because I was just thinking from being bullied for how you look to entering a pageant, that is quite a transition. So what happened between the time you were severely depressed and suicidal because you were being bullied for how you looked to becoming a contestant and putting yourself out in public?
Well,
what happened in that space of time to cause that transition?
I have some really loving and caring friends and supporters, and they helped me through it. She helped me through it. A lot of people helped me through it. And most people will know what I'm going through, but it'll just help me. I will just cry, and they'll hold me. They will ask what's the problem, and that's what I love. Like, they didn't ask what was the problem. They just comfort me.
I can relate to that because sometimes you don't want to relieve or relive the trauma or drama by telling everybody the story of what's wrong with you, and you just want to feel held and comforted. So I can relate to that. So how do you plan to use your platform to help others?
Well, I personally I partnered up with the children's home because that's not a very nice establishment for them. So I partnered up with them so that I can help them and show the young ladies that they can too do what they feel like. They can be amazing, they can be great, they can do whatever they feel like, even if the situation for them isn't as great as they want it to be. I want them to know that they can do whatever they feel like doing. So that was a great way to put myself out there. And I love the kids. I really love the kids. And I really want to look forward to spending time with them. I want to see them. Yeah.
Now, I teased you about entering other pageants. Is that something that you have considered? Because now you know you can do it. You don't mind doing pageants. You know you can be a winner. So has the thought crossed your mind that, maybe I'm going to take this a little further and see where it takes me?
Well, I have. I really have. Because after I won the pageant, the judge herself told me if I wanted to do Carnival Queen. And a lot of people asked me if that's what I want. So I'm taking into consideration going up to do it.
Very good. Looking forward to seeing you on the big stage as a Miss St. Lucia. Welcome back to DBS this morning. I'm falling to the side. Maybe I'm a little hungry and you're probably thinking of breakfast too. But if health and wellness is also on your mind, allow me to introduce you to one of the tastiest vegan alkaline breakfast and lunch spots on the island. It's called the Ancient of Days and it is in Gros Islet. So let's take a look to when I visited recently. Hi, good morning and welcome back. So I figured I would introduce you to one of the places that I go to for a healthy, health-giving breakfast. Not just what we deem to be healthy, but one that is actually health-giving. And that place is in Gros Islet. It is called the Ancient of Days. And I'm excited to introduce you to Empress Isis, those of you who don't know her, and to reintroduce her to those of you who do know her. And let's see what some of her offerings are. So one of my favorite things, she has this roll that's made out of chickpeas, but it tastes just like cheese. Now, I know a lot of people say, but if you're transitioning to a vegan lifestyle, why call it cheese or why compare it? The point is, some of us need to be able to transition in a way that we are comfortable with and using things that we're familiar with. So good morning, Empress.
Good morning, Queen. Blessed love. Blessed uprising.
Blessed love. It's good to be here once again. Every time I come here, my taste buds are, very, very, very happy. So let's talk about some of your offerings. If you can go through some of the stuff that you have. So let's start in the end. I know you call them yatties, but some of us know them as patties. Let's go.
When you transition from the acidic way of eating to the healthier base way of eating, names and everything got to change. So over on this side, we have a chickpea yati. Okay, that's a chickpea yati with herbs and spices. The dough is made with organic spelt flour, so it's the healthiest option you can find out there.
Yeah, right. So if you want a patty, and that is my whole thing about transitioning to a healthy lifestyle. It doesn't have to be about deprivation. We just need to get healthier versions of the things that we know and love. So if you're someone who loves your patty, then, a switch out of ingredients to organic spelt flour. It's vegan. It's made with just herbs, natural herbs and spices. fried in grapeseed oil. I know a lot of people have transitioned to not just a vegan lifestyle, but an alkaline electric lifestyle, which also happens to be vegan because by definition, vegan means you don't consume animal products. So I know there's been controversy. Y'all don't like that word, but by definition, that's what it is as well. It's just an enhanced, even healthier version of veganism. So yes, so for those of us who also like burgers, what are we calling them? What's the name for that one? So we have Yatsies, then we have...
So we have some chickpea delights here. The bread is made with organic spelt. It also has a little teff flour in there. There's a patty made from the chickpeas, fresh organic lettuce, herbs and spices to give it all the flavor and, you know, just spice it up a bit.
And one of my favorites, so these rolls, she's somehow able to make the chickpea paste taste like cheese. There is no deprivation with this lifestyle. You're never eating anything and thinking, why am I doing this to myself? Some of these are actually even better than the version that we knew growing up and eating all the time and loving. So tell us a little more about those rolls.
All right. So we have here my famous chickpea rolls, and again the dough is made with organic spelt flour. The spread in there is not made with actual chickpeas but with the chickpea flour. With my, you know, I work my little magic and stuff, you know, to make it taste exactly like what's out there, but it's not what's out there, so you're not gonna miss out on anything.
I think it's even... Wait, may I have one, please? Thank you. It's even better. And I'm going to have that with some sea moss tea. And then, again, it's not about deprivation. If you are going to live this lifestyle, every now and then, who doesn't feel like having something sweet? So what do we have here today? And she makes the most amazing alkaline donuts, but I don't see them here today. These look like, what, chocolate brownies? Are there any special ingredients to make us happy in there or not really?
It's not actual chocolate, but it's made with carob, which is an alkaline alternative to chocolate. On top is a mixture made from the carob itself and some creamy coconut milk. It also has some fruits in there, and again the flour is organic spelt.
Wow. So yeah, I'll have one of these too, but when we're done. And for those of us who still like pizza every now and then, but she calls it a royal circumference. And it is chock full of veggies on top. I'm guessing the cheese, quote unquote, sauce is made out of chickpeas.
Yeah.
Yep. And
we have amaranth on there. Most people know it as zepina in Creole. Well, it's called amaranth in English. There's also bell peppers on there, red onions, herbs and spices, and again the dough is made from organic spelt flour.
Yeah. Thank you. So I want to talk about some of the tonics and cleanses that you have. And of course, health and wellness starts with the foundational stuff like eating right. But of course, every now and then we need to go in with some herbal support and some cleanses. And even for those of us who try our best to eat well, there are so many environmental factors that introduce toxins into our bodies. So we need to help our bodies along sometimes. And I've seen many people use the argument that, oh, your body is designed to cleanse itself. And whereas that is true, all things being equal, that is exactly true. But no. In this modern world that we live in, with our lifestyles, with our toxic exposures, some of the cleaning products that we use, some of the medications that some of us are on, you need to help your body along. And one of the most powerful ways you can do so is through herbs, right, Empress? So tell us about some of those things that you have.
All right, we're going to start from here. We have the Kidney Restore Tonic. It's a tonic that helps promote urinary and bladder support. So if you have UTIs, like bladder infections, kidney stones, this would surely help, eradicate those ailments. And cleanse your system, detox your kidneys. Your kidneys filter the fluid waste out of your system. So you have to keep your kidneys intact in order for you to have, a healthy urination and, how you call it. Yes.
And I know one of the popular ones is the colon cleanser. Yes, I'm eating. This is so good. And it's quite powerful stuff, to say the least.
Well, sure, it is extremely powerful and it's very effective. It's a powerful parasitic and intestinal cleanse, gives you a good purge out and flush out. Yeah, it's just like, like the primary step when it comes to cleansing, because all diseases starts in the colon. So before you tackle any other issue, any other organ in your body that needs to be cleansed, you have to clean out your colon first. It's always the primary step. All right.
And something that a lot of women, and as I delve into this, forgive my bad manners, I'm eating. I could not wait. This is so good. You better come get yours. You better get you one of these. The womb cleanse, because so many women are dealing with uterine fibroids, ovarian cysts, they're dealing with PCOS, like a lot of these things. Almost every other woman you talk to is, trying to manage issues with their womb and healing their womb. So let's go in depth about this particular formulation.
This compound here is called Female Regeneration Tonic, and it helps with excessive bleeding during menstruation, stagnant menstruation, PCOS, symptoms of endometriosis as well, premenstrual symptoms, and it helps strengthen the uterus, promotes, proper menstrual flow, and balances out your uterus as well. So it gives you a really good reproductive cleanse and balance. We also have this female tonic here, not the tonic, the regeneration capsules, which helps balance out the hormones especially. All right.
Okay. So we need to wrap up for now, but we will definitely be back because I really enjoy introducing you guys to the tools and businesses and other, health and wellness related stuff that we have going on in St. Lucia. It's a lot more than you think. So thank you, Empress, for having us. And I will have my cup of sea moss tea now. Thank you so much. And I will see you here at the Ancient of Days. It's located in Grosley. What's the easiest way for people to find you here?
All right.
How do you describe your location?
You come through the main Grosley intersection. You drive all the way down to the Grosley Primary School. You take that intersection that leads you to the school. Continue driving to the back of the school. When you get to the flat, you're going to see a light green fence, and my gate is always opened. You get to the Ancient of Days easy. It's not hard to find.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Empress. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Candy Nicholas, and this is the Wellnest. We recently spoke about gut health, and I wanted to expound on some of the things we can do to ensure that we are helping and not hurting our gut health. As we discussed, your gut or digestive system is necessary for the consumption and digestion of food and the production of waste, making it one of the most vital organs in the human body. Recently, research has found that your digestive system is much more intricate than originally thought and is involved in nearly every single aspects of your health. If you've ever experienced reflux, constipation, diarrhea, or bloating, you will understand the impact that gut health can play in your day-to-day life. The gut microbiome refers to the trillions of microorganisms that live inside your gut, mostly in the large intestine. There are roughly 100 trillion bacteria in the digestive system alone. It may seem like a tall order to change or look after them, but the good news is that research has shown that within 2 to 4 days of eating well, your gut microbiome can improve. So here are some things you can start to implement almost immediately. The first one is to include fermented foods in your diet regularly. So fermented foods are full of naturally occurring live cultures. While the science has not yet concluded exactly how much fermented food you should eat, I recommend aiming to eat a source of authentically fermented foods or drinks every single day if possible to help support digestion, whether that's enjoying some yogurt with live and active cultures for breakfast or sipping on a kombucha at lunch or adding a tablespoon of sauerkraut to your salad. The second thing you can do is to increase the variety of plant foods in your diet. A high fiber diet is associated with an increase in the growth of beneficial bacteria, which optimizes gut functioning. As different plants contain different amounts and types of fiber, it's important to consume a range of plant foods to ensure your good gut bacteria are kept happy and nourished. Another thing you could do is drink more water. Fiber, particularly prebiotic fibers, are important for gut health. However, in order for this fiber to do its job, adequate water is required. A lack of water can slow down your digestive system significantly and result in harder stools that are more difficult to pass. For optimal hydration, men should aim for 2.6 liters a day and women for 2.1. Something else you can do is to, as we discussed, enjoy more high fiber foods. A diet low in fiber can encourage the wrong types of bacteria to grow, throwing off your gut's ecosystem. Think of your good gut bacteria as the trees and flowers in our ecosystem, and the bad gut bacteria as the weeds. If you can create an environment that allows the weeds to grow, it will overgrow the trees and flowers. The fifth thing you could do is to chew more slowly. Digestion begins in the mouth, and the chewing process starts to break your food down. If you rush this, your food may enter your stomach before it's ready, leading to indigestion. By eating slowly and chewing properly, you will also allow your natural satiety signals to kick in, which tell you that you're full. This prevents overeating and has also been associated with better digestion and greater satisfaction with our meals. So try eating more slowly and more mindfully by removing distractions, pausing between bites to savor what's in your mouth, and setting aside adequate time to eat so you don't rush. So the sixth thing, and I know this is a culture where we love our alcohol, but we need to try to limit alcohol because it can throw off the balance of your intestinal ecosystem. If you consume alcohol, make sure you do so in moderation. That's maximum 1 to 2 standard drinks on any day according to guidelines. Number 7. Don't go low carb. Now, I know that this is the latest trend, going keto, but whilst low carb might be a popular trend on your Instagram feed, you'll also be cutting down the fiber needed for good gut health. Instead of cutting all carbs, you need to focus on consuming healthy carbohydrates such as brown rice, quinoa, oats, whole grains, maybe even whole grain bread if you're going to have bread, and pasta, as well as all of our wonderful root vegetables that are widely available to us. Something else that nobody ever thinks of, or not enough people think of, is getting enough sleep. So while getting more sleep might seem like a no-brainer for overall health, research suggests that getting a good night's sleep is essential for a healthy gut. Our gut bacteria have their own circadian rhythms, just like all other organisms, and inadequate sleep can disrupt this rhythm in the microbiome and negatively influence the diversity and number of bacteria in the gut. Most of us need around 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night, and even if you think you can function perfectly fine on less, your gut bugs might think otherwise. So something else you need to consider, I need to consider, is to manage stress better. You don't need us to tell you that stress is not good for you. Prolonged stress can cause major issues for a number of the body's key players, including our digestive system. When we're stressed, our body is set to fight or flight mode and will reduce the blood flow to our digestive muscles and put everything on hold. There's reduced secretion of digestive enzymes, which may lead to indigestion, gastrointestinal inflammation, constipation, or diarrhea. So try reducing stress by spending more time outdoors, including exercise, which you should enjoy every day, reducing your screen time, and trying meditation, yoga, or whatever other activities you find relaxing. And this has been the Wellness for today. My name is Candy Nicholas. I am a certified holistic health coach, and I will see you next time. Bye. Thank you so much for choosing to spend half an hour of your precious morning time with us today. We look forward to doing this again tomorrow, same time, same place. This has been DBS This Morning. Go out and have a wonderful day. Be safe, be healthy. I'm Candy. If you see me, say hi. See you next time. Bye.
So definitely a cutter and definitely 6 from JC.
The DBS Morning News has been brought to you by Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League T20. See cricket played louder at CPL.